Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, sir. My name is Alexander Belcredi, and today I'll present to you and any fellow co-worker you're showing this how a long-forgotten virus could help us solve the current antibiotic crisis. To introduce myself completely, as I said previously, I am Alexander Belcredi, and I have been working in the pharmaceutical space for over a decade. I spent 9 years at BCE where I was part of the global healthcare team, where I realized how desperate things were getting with antibiotics. And I got heavily invested in what's called phage therapy. Then I managed to co-found my own company named Flagomed Biopharma, in which I develop phage-based medicines. And I have an MA in modern history and economics at the University of St. Andrews. So, to start this off, what is a virus and how they differ from phages and antibodies? A virus is per se a natural killer. It infects its host and tries to reproduce itself for its own means, most likely causing the death of the host. And while it does this, there are several things that happen inside the host. For example, certain viruses make the host feel like they are boiling alive, while other viruses make them bleed internally and cause death soon after. But some other viruses, like phages, don't do that. Phages naturally hunt other viruses, a specific kind of viruses, because they are extremely selective hunters. They only go for one type and one type alone. And what would be an antibody? An antibody would be what you and me and everyone has. A natural defense system against viruses or foreign bacteria. This natural defense system adapts and uses the foreign bacteria or virus has its own factory of sorts when it manages to go inside and kill the virus or turn it into a factory for other antibodies. So, in the modern day, we're currently having an issue with antibiotics in the form of superbugs. What is a superbug, you may ask? A superbug is a type of bacteria or virus that's highly resistant to antibiotics. And this problem is becoming more apparent the more we go into the future. But first I want to go back and explain how phages actually can kill bacteria. So, phages, wrong phages, that's from Leophytens. The actual phage kills bacteria in a certain way. It detects bacteria using its tiny but it's highly sensitive legs, to say the least, and it tries to seek for the bacteria. Then it attaches to it. It kind of makes this part, which will be, let's say, the inserter, get into the bacteria so that it can spread itself inside. Once it's in, it isn't out. And when it's in, it starts killing the bacteria slowly. And when it kills it slowly, then it leaves it to a point where the bacteria is neither dead nor alive, but functions as a factory of sorts. And then it starts to produce more phages, and in turn killing more bacteria, then producing more phages, and so on and so forth. The cool thing about this is that they are natural killers to bacteria and viruses. And you may ask, if this is so magical, if this can eliminate completely viruses and bacteria, why don't we apply it to modern medicine? Well, when we actually discovered it, the problem was that, nobody knew what it was. Even the man who discovered it was so baffled at what he actually had found that he couldn't insert it to show it to an actual medicine committee, as no one can say, I found an invisible virus who can kill other viruses with ease. And then comes the discovery of antibiotics. The most famous and the first one of them all, penicillin. But this brings back to our issue. We thought that we had solved the virus crisis, that we were the smartest, and that we would expand our lives with only antibiotics. But we weren't as smart as we thought. Viruses started to evolve, and those who didn't die, well, they became stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, like the saying goes. And in this case, they became superbugs, or superbacteria. This is a visual representation of what's a superbacteria. But to put this into perspective, if you were to have a kind of surgery, a leg surgery, and you had to be opened up from here to here, and you were infected by a superbacteria, chances is that you will die shortly after your medical procedure, because there's no antibiotic that can actually treat it. What will happen is that to prevent the spread of the bacteria or virus or infection, you will have to amputate the entire. We can solve this crisis, as they can actually eliminate superbugs. And because of that, I wanted to leave everyone with a thought in our now current era of the COVID-19 virus, which has been spreading around the globe. And although this thought may seem very fearful at first, we must realize something. This man didn't know about phages. Thanks so much for watching.